Hello. Uh, Welcome to my video number 6. I can't believe I've already made 6 videos. Um, you know what I was going to go straight into? I was going to say, like, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm super tired today because I drank all day yesterday with my dad and my husband, and I'm super tired today. And I can't help it. I can't help it, guys. I'm double masculine savior sleep. So I'm always going to open up my videos with just justifying my current tired state or whatever. Oh, and that reminds me. So yesterday I was telling you guys about my little finger cut here, and like, look how much better it got. And you know why? Um, I I I showed my husband, of course, because I have to tell him about all my little boo-boos. And at like 10:30 at night, he decided, no, let's get in the car. We're gonna go to the drugstore and get some antifungal cream. And I was like, oh, okay. So we hopped into the car and went to it's called CVS Longs here in Hawaii. But yeah, we went and got this antifungal cream, and my finger is doing so much better. So I decided that rather than trying to fight my double masculine savior sleep urge to tell you guys about my boo-boos, I'm just gonna tell you, I'm gonna go all into it, and maybe I'm gonna start every video with my boo-boos, you know. Just lean all into it, because I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to stop. Like, how do other people start and end their videos? Like, for me, it's just always, hi guys, I'm tired, and then at the end it's like, did I even make sense? Sorry about that. So that seems to be my consistent behavior in my videos, is I'm always just gonna apologize, as like the sandwich beginning and end. So yeah, that's just how it's gonna be, you guys. Okay, so a lot has happened. Yesterday, I told you guys that I was typed as a MF, SIFI, so introverted sensing, introverted feeling, like jumping, and then sleep, consume, blast, play. And I failed to mention, and I'm sorry about this, I failed to mention that I was not officially typed by Dave and Shan. This was based on someone on Reddit in the OP community who volunteered to type me, as I guess as practice, but he has a typing partner, and they also work with another set of typing partners. So it was 4 people who independently came to this conclusion, and they all unanimously decided that I was a MFSIFI, sleep, consume, blast, play. So of course, there's a part of me that wants to fight that and say, like, absolutely not, I'm not an SIFI. And again, yesterday I mentioned it, like, that basically means I'm an ISTJ, that's skipping functions. And ISTJ, I still have those mental blocks in my head where I'm like, no, effing thank you, I don't want to be an ISTJ, no. That was literally the last thing I wanted to be. I know I'm looking at it through a lens of Myers-Briggs, but yeah, that's still a very tough one to accept. Although when I break it down, I understand how I do talk about the sensory a lot, and that's a huge trip to me. I always thought that I was talking about like ideas and hypotheses and stuff like that, but it makes me wonder, like, is it because, you know, in normal everyday conversations I do talk about those types of things, but maybe because in the videos it's more about me processing OP and my type, that it comes across sensory? I don't know. And that's okay. That's okay. This is all part of my typing journey. But I do eventually want to get officially typed by Dave and Shan. Like, I think that kind of information would just be so invaluable. And the only thing that's stopping me right now is that, well, first of all, it's like $120, which I thought was kind of a lot. But then, like, when you think about it, their brain time combined, and like, they have like over 10 years of experience and knowledge, right? That's no joke. Like, they know a lot about this stuff. So for their combined brain time, you're really only paying $60 each, and like, that's a steal. So I don't know why I was ever fighting the price. I think the price is super justified. In fact, if I don't get in at that price now, I feel like their rates can go sky high later, because why wouldn't it? I feel like they're like experts on this. So pricing wise is okay, but it seems like they're all booked up for the next 4 weeks. And there's like a little disclaimer on their site that says once it opens up for booking, it fills up in 1 to 3 minutes. So if you're not able to process the form, like that's why. And so like, whoa, like I guess they're super high in demand. And lastly, you need to have been a student of theirs for 60 days. And I'm not signed up, so I guess like I would have to start that 60 days from whenever I do sign up. So there's a lot of barriers right now to me getting officially typed by them, but I'd like to. And if you haven't watched my previous videos, I come from the Myers-Briggs world where I am certified and trained in Myers-Briggs. So that was all I knew, and that was how my mind was programmed. And to some extent, I still see the world as, me being INFP, married to an INTJ with an ENTP dad with an INTP brother. Like that's still sort of how I see the world. But I'm about a week and a half into my OP journey, and so I'm slowly starting to dismantle all of those thoughts in favor of objective personality. So that's kind of what's going on. And with the results that I recently got from the 2 pairs of typers, I asked them. I asked them why. Like, please tell me why MF, sci-fi, sleep, consume, blast, play. And I woke up to a Telegram message, and this is kind of the reasons that they laid out. They said that I ordered everything I said in sensory, and I didn't know that I do that, but I guess I do that. And again, I think introverted sensing is such a weird one to have as a lead or savior, because it's so just invisible, right? Um, I always thought of it as your capacity to organize. And I think that's the trap that we all fall into, is that we think that because, if you're a lead or savior SI and you're not able to organize things, then you must not be SI. And that's sort of how I came into it. But now I'm realizing more and more that it has something to do with the way you're organizing information in your head, and using that to your advantage to be able to, sort, resort, and apply that to different scenarios, and even in conversation. So I guess what I do a lot is that when I go into something, I tend to have like a whole backstory, or I try to set up the stage as clearly as possible for the audience, whoever it is on the receiving end, so that they're more inclined to understand. And I think I am quite sensitive to this, because I see a lot in my life where, maybe they're like, just for example, we had a lot of like Japanese guests who would come to our office back when I worked at in Portland. And I noticed that, there's like 2 groups of people, right? One group of people would always sort of simplify their English, omit the use of any like metaphors or industry jargon or anything like that, so that the non-English speakers could understand and follow along. And then there are the people who are completely just like unaware of that, and they'll just kind of like say things that I'm thinking, well, what are you doing? Like, they're obviously not going to understand that. You have to like, not dumb down, but you have to adjust. You have to adjust your language so that the other person understands. And I guess in that sense, I do hold myself very accountable and responsible for making sure that the other person understands me as clearly as possible, right? Like in my head, that's just the responsibility of the speaker. And I know people will argue and say, no, it's everyone's responsibility to hear what they're hearing or whatever. But to me, I think the responsibility has always laid on myself to be able to communicate exactly what I'm trying to communicate. And because it was such a natural and consistent mindset for me. Maybe that's why I couldn't see it, right? Because like we can't see our saviors and we can't see our demons. So also, did you notice today I'm trying my best to like keep the energy up and talk and be a lot faster, because in my last few videos I'm so mopey and tired and slow, and I'm trying so hard to like pick up the pace, but I feel like I'm going to stumble over my words, but I'm going to try to just keep the energy up. Okay. And then another thing that they said was that the vast majority of the things that I said was feelings in the sensory, with sensory reasons to back up my likes and dislikes. And I have no arguments against that. Yeah. I can talk about my feelings and my likes and my dislikes all day long and support it with sensory reasons. I'm not just kind of um, so that is a very interesting combination, right? SI and FI. Everything is in here, but like I'm not moving blindly because I like the things that I like and I hate the things that I hate, but I could totally articulate to you clearly exactly why I love and hate these things. So I guess in that sense, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I'm only like realizing now that maybe I am a little more articulate than I give myself credit for. Um, and I know with like for me with speaking, I'm still not there. I feel very awkward, and every minute I fight the urge to stop and start recording again, and just like seeing myself on camera, hearing myself, and it's all very weird. But again, this is my daily habit practice way of blasting, and also trying to engage in that play energy, because I'm not just recording this for me and then like storing it in some file never to be seen again. Like I'm putting this out there, and in hopes of talking to people. And I will say, like, um, I have like conversations going on Telegram, and also I have like some conversations going on YouTube. I posted my video yesterday on the OP unofficial Facebook group, and I'm getting a lot of comments and stuff, and which is so cool because I'm actually finding people that could potentially be similar to me. But I will say that I'm very overwhelmed trying to respond to everybody. Oh, I have like even like Discord chats going on and stuff like that. So I'm trying my best to keep up with it, because my tendency is to just kind of like, uh, I don't get back to people, which is such asshole behavior, but I don't know what it is. I have a hard time just like staying on top of those things. I have a hard time staying on top of my life. So like I, I'm back in school right now for psychology, and I have all of my homework due on Sundays, which is today. And the whole week, I was supposed to like, get one subject done every day because it's all online classes. But instead of doing that, like I promised myself I was going to do that, but instead of doing that, I spent the entire week just like recording my videos and uploading my videos and responding to comments and watching OP videos. And it's just all the stuff that I like is what I go all in on, and I can't get myself to do the things that I don't want to do. um, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah. So anyway, I have a lot of shit that I need to do today. So I'm trying to get this video out fast and get this done. Okay. Also, they mentioned that I have zero self and tribe issues according to the answers that I sent them, which I thought was super interesting, because my whole life has felt like me against the tribe, and like fuck the tribe, and like why the fuck is the tribe so judgmental, and like why the fuck won't the tribe include me? Like that's fine, if they're not going to include me, then I'm just going to do my own thing. And so I've always felt that strongly, but the fact is that it doesn't come across in my videos is so interesting to me. what does that mean? What does that mean? Like, I still think that I'm very high up in FI. So I don't know. Again, like it goes back to, was there incomplete information in the videos that I sent? Because um, like I think some people can just answer questions naturally and it's totally representative of them. But I think for me, I tend to overthink things, and I don't always answer in a way that satisfies me. And so after I sent the answers, I was kind of thinking like, wow, I really should have redid that or thought about it more or something. Um, so part of me still feels like the results can't be trusted, but I know that's just me. It's me. Like if four people got that same type and they unanimously agreed, then I mean there must be something there, right? Like there has to be. um okay, so yeah, they said zero self and tribe issues, which is very interesting to me. And again, like it could also be because I'm just not really interacting with any type of tribe right now. Like, it's um I'm at home all the time. I work from home. I'm basically just with my husband and my dog all day long. I don't hang out with people. The situation in Hawaii with COVID is still rocky. Like the cases aren't going down, and so at least for me, I have no desire to be like going out and stuff. So I'm really always at home. So I haven't had the opportunity or the time to get involved in any self and tribe issues at the moment. So I wonder if that has anything to do with it as well. Just throwing that out there as a possibility. Um, okay. Also, they said that I tend to be more focused on planning and narrowing down to prevent chaos rather than like a self and tribe type of issue. Um, I'm not really sure what to say about that. Again, it's like maybe the topics that I chose to talk about in the video just happened to grab at a lot of the questions were things like what was like your worst memory, and stuff like that. So it might have been that I just grabbed onto examples that tended to be more sensory and like object and planning and things related rather than people. Maybe. Uh, yeah, I'm not sure about that one. And then the last thing they said that I probably have NE as my demon. What? That's weird. I mean, I'm totally open to it because I really want to know what my demons are. But if NE is my demon, that is really interesting to me. Coming from the Myers-Briggs world, I always thought that I was like FINE all day long. So I thought that I was like jumping from idea to idea to idea to like hypothesis to whatever. And that was also why I thought that I got along so well with my ENTP dad, and all of my best friends, like in hindsight, happen to be ENFPs. And I don't know, I just get along with NE people. Again, that's coming from the Myers-Briggs stereotypes. But yeah, I always thought that I was good at, just jumping from idea to idea and stuff. Maybe when I'm narrating in a monologue sense, it's not going to come across that way. But if I were to ever do some kind of like interview or conversation or podcast with another person, I think that you'd see probably a different side of me. So that could be interesting. I know someone from the OP group in Facebook offered to interview me, but which I would love to do. I think he's also an ENFP, and I think that could be a very fun conversation. But yeah, it's the disclaimer of I was not officially typed yet by Shannon Dave. So I feel like I should probably do that, or at least get like a second, third, fourth opinion. So yeah, and then they also say that all of my authority in what I speak is in the sensory. And I guess that makes sense, I think. Yeah. So that was like their reasoning for why they typed me that. And I don't really see anything wrong with their list. There's just always a part of me that's like, but what if, right? What if? And everyone in the OP community on Facebook has been so like supportive and welcoming, and it's so cool. Apparently, there's a few girls that might be the same personality type as me, with just like sexual modalities flipped. So that's so cool. Like I can't wait to just keep narrowing this down and to like really figure out exactly what I am. Um, okay, so yesterday was a really crazy day for me. I went out drinking, like day drinking with my dad and my husband, and I don't normally do that. It was just like one of those things like, oh, let's just go hang out with your dad. And so we all drank like 3 beers in the middle of the day. So I don't know. I was like pretty drunk, but we had like such a crazy, amazing conversation about like just my dad. My dad is an entrepreneur, and he owns like a commercial real estate firm, and he owns a beer company in Hawaii. But what's really cool about him is that he comes from basically like nothing. Like his parents, or he grew up in Okinawa with like nothing, and he worked himself up to what he is today. And so a lot of the conversation was just me like just like pulling out of him like, why did you make this decision? Like how did you like hold yourself back from making impulsive emotional decisions so that you were able to like do this? And so I don't know, he just shared a lot of cool stuff, and we have like the same humor, so we were just like laughing all day long, and it was so much fun. And then I think that when I'm drunk, I'm so much more like confident and assertive. I don't know. Is there a video about like how drugs or alcohol like affect the function stacks? Because that would be really interesting for me to watch. Because yeah, as I think I mentioned in the past, but I am one of those people that I do like substances. And it's probably because of my double masculine sleep savior. I just feel like I cannot keep up with the energy levels and just everything. So I've always used like alcohol as a crutch. I hate like networking situations, and I come from a business background, so I had to do that. I had to network, and oh, I hate it so much. It just feels so fake, like like I don't understand the entire thing at all. Like you walk into a room and you're supposed to like exude self-confidence with your stack of business cards, and you're supposed to approach someone and be like, hi, so where are you from, what do you do, and then somehow make some useful beneficial connection about how you're going to help each other, and then exchange business cards, and then send an email like, it was great to see you last night. And like the whole thing is like, what, like I don't like it. It gives me so much anxiety, and not to mention like I can't remember people for shit. Like I can't tell you how many times it has happened in my life where I will be introduced to someone, or I will meet someone, and then like, the next day they're in the exact same room as me, and I'm so oblivious. And so people have, called me out and said that I was like bitchy, which is so funny because no, I literally like don't remember you or don't recognize you. And I've always had a problem with that. It's like when I see people out of context, or if they don't have some defining trait, like I don't know, maybe like they have a thick pair of glasses, or like a big nose, or just something quirky about them to identify them. If they don't have that, then like I cannot tell who you are, because like people to me all look the same. They all look the same. So that's something that I definitely have problems with. So yeah. So I guess my point is I've always used alcohol in those types of situations where I'm really uncomfortable, and like thank God there's alcohol at like weddings and stuff, because you're basically like trapped with a bunch of people that you don't know. And not only does alcohol like erase the discomfort, but it also increases my confidence. And so I am able to talk to people and connect to people and be quite sociable. So like uh, I'm, you know, like, I don't want to sound like an alcoholic, but alcohol is totally, totally my friend, my tool, my resource in those types of situations. And like, thank goodness. And I won't go into the other substances today, but today, like, yeah, I'll just talk about alcohol and how it's very helpful in certain situations. And another thing I wanted to talk about was, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Palm Springs, but um, it's basically kind of like a love story. I imagine that it from the Myers-Briggs perspective, it's like a romance between two intuitive thinkers, which is so cool because it's not like ooey gooey, feely, stereotypical at all. It's like super witty, intellectual type of humor. And so I really recommend that movie. And my favorite thing about that movie is it's basically about like them being stuck in a time loop where they're repeating the same day every single day, right? And so as they become aware that they're repeating the same day every single day, and they're the only ones that are aware of it, they start to just like own that and do whatever the fuck they want. So everyone around them has no idea that they're repeating the same day every day. So when they do certain things, like just come out and start dancing in the middle of nowhere or whatever it is, everybody is looking at them like, what in the hell are you guys doing, right? Like that is not socially acceptable, but it doesn't fucking matter because they know that they are in an infinite time loop. And as soon as they go to bed, it doesn't matter because they're gonna wake up and so all of those people are basically like, what do they call them? Like NPCs, like non-player characters or whatever. Like that's exactly what they are. And I thought that movie was so awesome and beautiful because like it kind of helped me to shift my mindset in a way where if if this is all a simulation, and you know, if this is my simulation, my like VR basically, then like why the fuck does it matter what anyone else thinks? Why does like nothing matters? And if nothing matters, then I can do anything. I can be whoever I want to be, and I don't have to be embarrassed. I don't have to be ashamed. Like nothing can hold you back, right? And so yeah, there's like so many cute scenes in the movies where they're just like interacting with each other like through the crowds, knowing that no one is in on their little secret. And it was so cool. And I totally want to watch it again. And it was something that I watched like maybe like a few months ago now, but I still think about it all the time. And I just love thinking about like, you know, simulation theories and like what if none of this is real. And like I just think that's such a cool mindset to have. And like me and my husband talk about like this kind of stuff all the time. And um, yeah, it's so cool. Um, okay, and then oh, lastly, like maybe this also counts as me talking about my fucking boo-boos again, but one thing that's like really uh like like weighing me down, and no pun intended, is that because of the whole corona situation in Hawaii and how I've basically been stuck at home since March, I feel like I've just gained a lot of weight and I'm like super unhappy about that. So like I really feel like I wanna lose weight, but it's so hard for me to stick to anything. Yeah. So if you guys are also like SIFI, like how do you do that? If you're a double masculine sleep savior, like how do you do that? How do you guys push yourself to do something like losing weight where you are basically fighting against the rules that you're creating for yourself, right? And I think that's my ultimate trap, is that when I set up those rules for myself, like whatever it is, I'm going to stay under this many calories today, or I'm going to completely cut out sugar, or I'm going to like work out every single day. When I set up those rules, my immediate reaction is just like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And to make that even worse, it's like the things that I want to do get even, like, there's more energy behind it. So if I'm not allowed to, you know, like eat junk food, I'm like, oh my God, I want ice cream, you know? And like there's so much energy behind that. And then there's also so much energy behind, I do not want to work out. I do not want to not eat this ice cream or whatever. So I feel like there's two things working against me where, yeah, I just cannot, I can't I can't keep up a behavior to reach my goal, and it's so annoying. It's so annoying. Um, so help me. What do I do? What do you do if you're a double masculine sleep savior with very low energy to begin with, and you're like lead FI? Like what do you do? You know? I think that like that was the reason why I fell into so many like in hindsight, very embarrassing schemes, because I've always I've always tended to carry a little bit of weight on me. Like, oh, like I'm actually only 5 feet tall. Like I'm really small. And so even like a 5 pound weight gain, it really shows. And like, at least for me, like I feel like my face is like super fat these days. And yeah, then it's probably a good thing that I don't know how to edit videos, because like, yeah, I would probably be very tempted to like Photoshop my face. But anyway, I kind of forgot what I was saying, but oh yeah, okay, so like because of my inability to just like make it as simple as possible and to just stick with it, I've tended to like fall into really bad coping behaviors, like for example, right, like when I had my whole Adderall abuse situation in the past, which lasted about 2 to 3 years, like that was like, hey, like I'm killing so many birds with one stone. I'm productive, I'm being reliable and responsive and organized-ish. Like basically I was productive and I was not hungry, right? So it was like I wasn't wasting time eating, and I was losing weight, and I was getting things done. And like because I was losing weight, I was like feeling better about myself, and like it was like this whole thing. And I didn't have to exert any of my own effort in order to do that. And so obviously it's like the easy way out, and it's not sustainable, but that was like one thing that I kind of latched onto in the past. And also in high school, like I had a very, very bad eating disorder. And I can make a longer video about it, but it basically like started off as like very, very restrictive eating, and which basically turned into like bulimia and binge purge. And it was bad. That mindset and just like body dysmorphia like followed me for a very, very long time. And I don't think I'm necessarily like clear or cured of it today still. I'm still very like insecure about my weight and how I look, and and so that's another reason why these videos are so good for me. Like it's, you know, like I like it's just the way I look, and like I'm just gonna have to deal with that and just like put it out. And like if other people like are gonna judge me, then like whatever, right? Like I have to deal with that. And so that, I think that's like really, really good for me. And I can even go into a whole video about like everything I want to change about myself, like I want a nose job, like all this stuff. But anyway, yeah, so I tend to get drawn and sucked into these like schemes, like, you know, eating disorder or stimulants, or even like in the past like diet products, right? Like diet pills and just like shakes, meal replacement shakes, like anything I could do to like lose the weight without having to rely on myself, I guess. And I think the most weight that I ever lost was right before my wedding because I felt so much pressure to, look good in the dress because I'm gonna have to stare at those pictures forever. But I was able to do that with the keto diet. But I've reached a point in life where I don't want to resort to these types of like temporary crash diets or like temporary crutches and like temporary solutions. I really want to figure out like how can I strengthen my mind to just say no to the things that I love because I'm trying to attain a goal, or to say yes to the things that I don't like because I'm trying to attain a goal. Like that's it, that's as simple as I can break it down to. That's all I need to do. But for some reason, like I can't do it. And I'm guessing it's because I'm high in FI and I'm high in double masculine sleep. And yeah, if there's anyone out there who can kind of shed some light into that, and like how do I counteract that, and are there any demons that I could develop to help me with this problem, so yeah. Okay. So, okay. I think I'm going to stop the video here because I have a lot of homework that I need to get done, and I told myself I was going to eat the frog first and do my homework, but I didn't. I decided to record this video first. But anyway, okay. So thank you again for watching my ridiculous videos, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.